Yeah, I'm here with the Gurkhas and sorry, what's your name, sir?
Sham Kumar Thakuri.
Sham Kumar Tukuri. Okay.
You can call me Sham.
Sham, okay. And you know, you're here at the demonstration today. You know, obviously we can see.
The rest of our colleagues.
Yeah, it's for Northern Ireland veterans, and so you know, you're here to support them, and
But they have been supporting our cause and we are supporting their cause as well.
oh yeah, that's really good. Yeah, because you know, obviously everyone came down for the Gurkha hunger strike,
and all that.
yeah. Just want to ask, what are there any updates to what's going on?
Well, the latest is because of this present Ukraine war and Britain being part of the NATO, it's involved in that. So because of that, there is a delay on the dialogue date. We are just waiting for British government to give us a date, but because of this, they say they won't be able to do it now. So it looks like
any excuses,
yeah,
right? In other words,
so it's going to be, we don't know when.
Yeah.
Or most likely only after the Ukraine war ends.
After that, yeah.
Hopefully, we don't know.
Oh, yeah, we don't know exactly. It could be long, it could be short.
Yeah.
But anything else that you can say about about what you're doing with the Gurkhas and your any other information or any?
No, we are only eager about what will happen. As far as our demand was concerned, which is dialogue based on equality. Yeah, we wanted equality.
Equality in
because
pension.
we're not getting the same rate of pay and pension as our colleagues are getting, British colleagues. Yeah, but the present recruits or the soldiers serving now, they are the Gurkhas who are in the British Army. They are getting the same after 2007.
I think from a certain
after
period,
2007 onwards. But the ones who that are suffering are the ones who were enlisted before 1993 September, end of September. Those who were enlisted before that date, they are still not getting the same.
They're not getting that. Because I thought you had a meeting with the MOD and.
We haven't had a meeting yet.
Oh, you haven't had it?
Now, after the hunger strike, no. We've just had an agreement to have a dialogue, okay, between the two governments and also our representative, the ex-Gurkha representative taking place. But we have got a Gurkha representative team ready and Nepal government team ready, but it's the British. Now we approach them with asking for a date for dialogue, but because of this Ukraine war,
so they haven't come back to you basically.
They said that we can't do it now because of Britain is part of the NATO. So as you've said, it's an excuse, but at the same time, there is this thing going on. So yeah.
So obviously you have to keep pushing for it, but
we hope that
you guys you've done so much for us,
and
so
then we'll have the dialogue.
it.
The sooner, we're anxious to know how soon because we're all eager, to know the outcome. Let's hope that this time we will get equality because you see on the tripartite agreement, which was signed between Britain, India and Nepal, because Britain wanted the Gurkhas and so did the Indian government. So they said on the treaty that they would give the same treatment to the Gurkhas as their parent unit. That is, India has followed that. No problem with the Indian government. No problem with the Gurkhas being in the Indian army. They are getting equal treatment right from the beginning once they signed the treaty. But with Britain, they haven't followed that.
No.
They have
Only
been
the
giving
current
us,
ones, isn't it?
less pay, less pension, and I don't know, welfare also maybe not the same, and so things like this. Also, when we went on leave, we used to get 6 months leave every 3 years. Because in those days, Nepal had a very bad communication system. Now it's improved a little bit. In those days, so the people had to go walk for so many days to their villages, when they went on leave.
Right.
And because of
So it
that,
takes time
they said 3 years, you get 6 months. That should be paid leave. but they never gave us the paid leave. They gave us only the basic Indian salary during that period. So we lost our money during our leave also.
Right.
It should have been paid leave, They have been
I hope
penny
you do
pinching
get,
every
like-
time. Wherever there is an opportunity, they've been pinching it.
Yeah.
And that's what we don't like. I mean,
no.
we like the British people.
Of course. Yeah.
It's those who make these, rules and regulations, and they are breaking the rules and regulations.
Yeah, it's not right.
So that's not right, is it?
No.
We are asking for just what we earned,
Yeah.
what we deserve.
You have to go on a hunger strike just to
Yeah.
get them to listen. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's hope that this time that stigma will be gone forever. They will agree to give equal treatment, and then everything will be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. We
That's
hope
what we
so.
want.
Yeah.
And it'll also reflect well for Britain.
It would. Yeah.
Otherwise that stigma will remain, and now it's becoming international.
Brett from the Royal Anglian Regiment.
Hello there. We've kind of been a bit busy today. We decided that after many years of just doing the same usual protests of walking down to Buckingham Palace and past the Cenotaph, we weren't really getting anywhere. We've been trying to get a bill passed to protect Northern Ireland veterans from what we call Vexus charges against guys. They've been going on for about, some of these court cases that happened about over 50 years ago. They've been repeatedly gone to court with no charges. The latest is they're supposed to come across with any new evidence. No new evidence has been provided to any of these cases, but we still keep getting veterans from Northern Ireland forced up in court, whilst members of the Provisional IRA have been given comfort letters, royal pardons. They're carrying on their lives happily ever after, where we're getting elderly veterans knocked on the door, taken away by the police and being driven through the courts when there's been no new evidence. We lost Dennis not so long ago. He wanted to get his day in court. Sadly, he died. He didn't get his day, that final day in court. We've got David Holden up in there at the moment. Basically, he had a negligent discharge with a GPMG. He admitted that he pulled the trigger. The ricochet hit the wall, hit the guy. There was no malice in there. It wasn't aimed at him. It was just an accident. But now they're trying to get on some form of corporate manslaughter. I'm not quite what the charge is, but it's just vicious. It's vindictive, and we need to be treated the same as Iraq veterans and Afghanistan veterans. It's just simply not right. So
Just doing
that's
a job,
why
aren't you?
we're doing a job, and we expect to be protected by our government, and then not just sold out just to keep the peace.
And the people that, like politicians, they've, no one's been blamed for it, making the decisions to send you there, or, they haven't been put into any trouble for,
Yeah,
the whole
basically
thing,
no
yeah.
one cares. It happened about, I know when it was about 20-30 years ago now. They're trying to brush it underneath the carpet just to keep the peace. Okay, so at the end of the day,
basically like you're being used as scapegoats.
yeah,
something
scapegoats.
Like,
Throw a few low-ranking soldiers to the wolves. We don't see any of the big boys getting put up in the court. Ultimately, it's always the little people that get run down. The big people always get away with this. We don't see any people, members of Sinn Féin or IRA, getting charged. We've got maybe John Downey, but that's not going anywhere because he's pleading illness. So he's going to get away with it. So it's just morally wrong.
Yeah.
There can be no kind of true peace until fairness is in question.
Yeah. There's no other profession, where the people are doing their job and they're having to go to court because of you know, just doing what they've been
Yeah,
told.
we're doing
and-
what we're
yeah,
told. We followed our codes of conduct.
Exactly. You can't refuse orders. You know, you'll get into trouble for that as well. So
Well,
kind
and
of stuck
you've
in a-
also got to remember in the 70s, these guys weren't trained for this kind of warfare. They just come from a civil war in Aden. They're thrown into this melting pot and they've had no training for this. So it's kind of making it up as they go along. Ultimately from here is that why are we going after the little people? You know, 18-year-old soldiers, come on.
But right now they're, you know, sort of, you know, at
Yeah,
their old
now a
age
lot of
and-
these people are in their 60s,
and they're being dragged,
70s.
like Dennis Hutchings, I think 3 times, was it 3 court
yeah,
cases?
Yeah,
or-
3-4
yeah.
times. And the funny thing is there's never any new evidence. They try and pull up some new evidence,
like
but
years
it's
ago.
rubbish.
Yeah.
How can you remember what happened 40 years ago, like clear as
Like
day?
small details, yeah.
Absolute rubbish.
Nah.
I believe that I think even if you look under the Human Rights Act, isn't it, if you're trying to investigate something over 40 years ago, isn't that a human rights abuse?
I think,
And
yeah.
if we talk about human rights abuses, no one done human rights abuses like the Provisional IRA. Murder, torture, taking people and their families tonight, killing
Yeah,
them,
the kind of
burying
stuff
them
that
so
they
they
did
can't have
as well.
Christian burials.
Yeah.
Forcing people to drive bombs into military locations. They've done all kinds of evil. Murdering
like
the
us,
civilians,
like,
targeting
yeah.
civilians. We never hear this, do we? It's always talk about Bloody Sunday. And then I've gone about Ballymurphy. They've even written a book about Ballymurphy, about how they were using people to run guns, civilians, kids,
Yeah.
putting firearms in prams. So it's in a book.
Yeah.
So, and then they
And yeah,
plead that,
yeah.
try to make it out that they're all sweet and innocent. Yeah, rubbish.
No way.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, thank you for your...
You're welcome.
Yeah. I'm here with Paul Young from the Blues and Royals, and he's come out here today to support the Northern Ireland veterans. So, Paul, yeah, is there anything? Just tell us why you're here, and
Yeah,
and what's everything about.
I've just said, my name's Paul Young, and I'm one of the 2 spokesmen for the Northern Ireland Veterans Movement, which encompasses Justice for Northern Ireland Veterans, original group, Million Veterans March and Rolling Thunder. They're the main groups. We have other subsidiary groups in with us as well. But we're here because we've spent many years now marching up and down and having our protests to no avail. So today we decided to do something radical and different. We decided to blockade the building which houses the Northern Ireland office. It also houses many other government offices as well, like the Treasury, the Customs and all those things. But Northern Ireland office is in the heart of this building, so we had to do the whole building. And of course, it's an inconvenience to them, but we've succeeded in what we needed to do, and that is lock the whole building down for a number of hours, and it's worked. It's worked to the extent that, the Police Gold and Silver Command have been trying to get the police to shift us. But, as far as I'm concerned, it's been a huge success for us. And it means that we hope that other government departments will start getting onto the NIO. You better get this fixed and soon, or otherwise we're going to come back again. And you'll not know when, and you'll not know what we'll do. Because we might not do this, we might do something else. But one thing is for sure, we're going to do it directly, and it will directly affect the NIO and the governments. And if it inconveniences you, well, I'm terribly sorry, but that's what's going to happen.
Okay. Is there anything you want to say, about the people that haven't heard of Northern Ireland?
What's going on in Belfast right now? There's a young guardsman, David Holden, who's facing court for a offence for which he was investigated at the time, and there was directed no prosecution. He's in court right now for a legacy thing. Again, no further evidence, and I very much doubt he'll get prosecuted. Dennis Hutchings was exactly the same. So we will keep this fight going until the government do what they promised just last year. In August, they said with this command paper that they were going to stop the prosecutions. We supported them. They reneged on it just before Christmas. and they keep reneging on it. So just do what you said you were going to do, guys.
Exactly.
You know,
like,
be the man that
and
ends
dragging
this.
people in
I say to
in court.
Brandon, be the man that ends this. You know, don't be the man that's just the same as everybody else. Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Justice for Northern Ireland veteran! Tony Blair, shame on you! You sold us a band of veterans down the river with a Good Friday agreement with the IRA! Justice for Northern Ireland veterans! We want justice! When do we want it? Now! When do we want it? Now! Fall in, guys! Oh, and then we fall in. That light accept orders. Have for a water break. And bring the bill out now! We want justice! Justice for Northern Ireland veterans! And we want it now! Where's the bill to stop the prosecution of veterans? You promised it, we voted for you. We won't be fooled again. Veterans, where's our bill? 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 You want the veteran vote, but you make false promises. We'll only be betrayed. We won't be betrayed any more times. Lewis, you told us last year you'd get this bill through the Parliament for the Queen's speech this year. You lied. You lied. Veterans are fed up with being lied to. Where's our bill? Where's our bill? Where's our bill? Where's our bill? Where's our bill?